stamps, like so, and we're going to ink it up. Okay, so exactly what I'm doing with the elves, you can do with the gnomes and vice versa. So we're just going to ink that up, okay, and then we're going to stamp that. I'm not worried about the ink in the middle,
okay,
because of the depth of the stamps. So we're just going to stamp that out like so. I'm just pressing. I'm always keeping one hand on the mega mount.
Okay.
While I move it around.
We do have mega mounts available, and it is a great way to stamp as well. Maybe you're new to stamping. Maybe you've got a platform and you want to use this style. We do have them available for you.
Okay.
Wow,
a little bit more
that.
pressure there, so I've missed that. So it's all about sort of playing and thinking, right, well, what can I do? You can have that as your card. You can colour it in.
Yes.
But because you've got the dies, you can then cut them out. So for example, on this one here, I've used the other one. This is the gnomes. And then this is the die cut. So the dies themselves don't do anything unless you've got the stamp or the groovy. That doesn't mean anything to anyone at all. It is just a shape. So it's whether we decide. So if I take that other stamp, you can see, for me, do I die cut first? Do I stamp first? It makes no difference.
It doesn't, does it? No.
So if I die cut first, when I place this over the top with the other stamp, got the wrong one out. Let me have a look. Where's that gone?
Do you know what I like about these as well? As I said, you know, imagine that on your child's drawer or the area that they store their toys and you put their name on. They'll just love that.
Yeah. So there's no right or wrong. I know with some dies and stamp combinations you have to do the stamping, then the die cutting, or vice versa. With these, there's no right or wrong. But because we have that alphabet in there, we can personalise, okay? So I'm going to take my ink pad and we're going to spell something out. Okay, so we're going to take a J.
This is like Scrabble. I'm looking at the letters now, trying to work it out.
Okay, then we have an A. And it's nice to put them at a sort of a jaunty angle as well.
Could it be January?
January,
What's the next letter?
There you go.
Well, it's an N. Could be jangle.
Jangle.
Could be jangle.
So you can have fun with the kids, couldn't you? Help the kids with their spelling.
Do you know what? You could actually, you could do like spelling cards.
Yes.
Which would be really good. That would, what a great idea.
And then...
That's not how you spell Yanis.
No, is it not? I got the I mixed up.
Oh, it's me, Janik.
There we go, Janik. But I'm doing this in black because it's just sort of, it's just easy to see. But you could stamp the letters out in all different colours.
Paul, how did you work? I mean, to me, you have stamped that absolutely perfectly. Did you measure out the distance between those letters?
No.
Because that looks perfect.
You know what?
Wow.
The reason it helps make it look perfect is by doing them at a jaunty angle.
Yes,
okay.
That's a great tip,
I would have had to have drawn a pencil line and then had to position them to get them all shaped. But I think to have them at that jaunty angle, I think adds to the character of both the gnomes and the elves.
Do you know what? That is a top tip. It's amazing. We've had a quick email, if you may. This one is from Sarah from Devon. Good morning, Sarah. It's a jinx. It might be Sarah, actually, because there's an H at the end. Sarah or Sarah? Probably Sarah.
I'd say Sarah.
Sarah.
If it's a H, I would say Sarah.
Would you?
Without, it'd be Sarah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's where I went wrong all those years. Right. I love these gnomes. That long red Merry Christmas card is beautiful. Happy Christmas. And this is the card that Sarah is talking about. I love that too.
And
Isn't that
created
wonderful?
by Carol Baker.
Carol,
Isn't
that is
great?
wonderful. Oh, thanks for emailing in, Sarah.
Thank
Lovely
you.
to hear from you. Love that. Right. Let's have a look at something else. I'm getting excited
so
now.
let's pop this to one side now. So this is a card that Linda Spencer has created, and this is now using the sort of the die-cut versions. So see how you can start to build up different words, and the letterboxes just make a difference. And look in the background of the paper.
Are those 4 separate die cuts?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, wow.
5 different ones. 6.
That's
6 different
good.
ones. Okay. So when you have a look, what we're doing, we're using some of our designer papers. So this is from Great Lakes.
Okay.
So these have all been created by Dee. So you've got that lovely sort of colour blend on there. So you've got choices. And then what Linda's done, if we look, you've got 'Tis the Season stamped randomly in the background.
That's clever.
So that's the way that you can sort of build up that
If
option.
you want to go for this particular designer pad, they are available on Pick and Mix, but I do believe that
And there's
Great
also
Lakes is
individually as
limited
well,
stock,
I think.
and it is available individually. So you can either choose to for £20.66, or you can buy them individually. So that's a great idea if you want to pop them into your basket alongside the sets that you're buying today.
Okay, so that's where the backgrounds come from, but you could create your own with different versions
Yeah.
of stamps. So if we sort of deconstruct it, I've made it the same size. So I've taken one of our white card blanks. Okay, now I've cut the piece of paper down to make it smaller.
Yeah.
Our
Really like that
companion
paper.
papers. Okay, so we have our companion papers, and for this one I have used Shenandoah. So it's not the designer paper, it's
No.
the companion paper. So I can pop that underneath,
It's different every time you put
and
a
it's
different colour
bringing
underneath.
that out. But if I put a yellow
Yeah.
underneath,
Oh, I
it's now
see.
picking up the yellow.
Let's see the dark one.
If I go for a darker green, it's going to pick up that colour.
That's nice.
But if I take a blue or a
Yeah.
tealy colour, it then
Oh,
picks up the next colour.
Which one's your favourite?
It's hard to choose. See,
It
with
is.
the designer and the companion papers,
Yes.
it's so hard to sort of choose because you've got and these are all double-sided. Look, so when
Are they a
you've got
different
there,
colour each side?
yeah.
Oh my days,
So the
that is
companion, we've got a
brilliant.
fantastic bundle with a saving or individually.
Yeah, do you know what? It's a good idea to have a look at your companion papers because you've got some really good tones of colour in there as well. And your companion papers, if I was going for, let's say, the Shenandoah, would I
Yeah.
go for the Shenandoah companion paper?
You could do, but you'll often find that they'll work across all of the different
Great.
the versions. Because what we've done, when the designer papers were created, they
Yes.
were created by Barbara, and she
Yes.
was using alcohol